First of all, thank you very much, Abraham, for choosing me, bringing me up. I'm no longer an Abraham virgin. This is my first experience with you, and I thank you. I guess I'm your fault. You gave me a book, but I love the wind and the rain and all that they provide us. I love life and appreciate each day I'm blessed with.
Yeah.
I know the law of attraction and potential it has, but I have a hard time harnessing it. So I was wondering if you could motivate me or kick me in the ass to get me in the right direction.
We like the word, to some extent, harnessing it. Sometimes people say, I want to learn to use law of attraction. And we always play a little bit in the same sense that gravity just is, and you adapt to it. You learn how it responds to you and how you respond to it, and you can live happily ever after within it. And while you might wish that it were different, it is what it is, and law of attraction is this wonderful friend because of its across the board consistency. So it makes it very easy. It's a very practical thing once you understand what it is, and once you are willing to open up and test yourself within it a little bit. In the early days, when someone is really not sure about it, law of attraction is almost a household word these days. And while some people mock it, there are a lot of people who are coming to understand that it really is something that is practical and very beneficial to be aware of. And so if you play a game with yourself a little bit where you fan the flames of some beliefs that don't feel good when you fan them, and then watch how law of attraction provides you with more opportunity to play that game, because you get what you think about. So the more you think about it, the more it comes. And then get on a rampage of appreciation. Find something that's easy to appreciate and focus on it and make it every day often active in your vibration, and then watch how much of that shows up in your experience. Then you have this very rudimentary understanding of law of attraction. Now these days, we're not talking about those very simplistic things about law of attraction. We're out here on the leading edge talking about all of the subtleties of law of attraction. We're wanting you to acknowledge that you have a lot of things that you think about and a lot of layers of beliefs that you hold, and therefore you have vibrational patterns that equal what you live, as do all others around you. Everyone has these vibrational patterns that their outward life reflects, because the manifestation that everyone wants, and the manifestation that we're reminding you that even the leading edge wants, this manifested moment that everyone is wanting, is full of the evidence of what's going on vibrationally. As source energy adds the longevity and the balance and those things that you were talking about, the earth spinning in its orbit and the water that is able to move itself around the planet, the consciousness that is in the food so that it continues to refurbish. You just have to stand back in utter appreciation of what's going on this very well constructed and well tended planet of yours, as it continues to replenish and renourish and renew and continues to be. And so even though large parts of your human population, which by the way are small parts of the population of the planet, large portions of your human population have developed patterns or habits of resistance, and so your human species is thriving in spite of, or along with, because of your non-physical counterparts, and because we love you so much, you're fickle and you don't focus on anything very long. And that's a good thing, because if you have the ability to get negatively focused on something and stay there collectively for a long period of time, you could pinch yourself off effectively enough that you could cause real hardship planetarily. But the balance of your planet is such that the most you can do is just mess up your own experience, really, because the well-being is so much stronger and more powerful. So, speaking of this law of attraction, Some of you realized it for the first time in this week's conversation and last, as we are saying to you that law of attraction is responding to any offering of any vibration. So when you think about the non-physical you, your inner being, who is standing in what we are calling your vibrational reality or your vortex, and law of attraction is responding to that part of you, to that larger part of you, to that fully evolved part of you, to that part of you that you in this life experience have caused to become more. When you think about law of attraction responding to that part of you, that's when you can come to understand what true calling is. The whole of you calling you forward. So when you ask us to kick you in the butt or whatever, or to motivate you, well, we want to say to you, that's not our style. Our style is to stand in your vortex with all that you have become and with all that you really are, and give our attention to that aspect of you. As law of attraction responds to that aspect of you, it gives you very real guidance about what you're doing in relationship to who you really are. The way you most understand law of attraction is not only by the things that are manifesting in your experience, but by how you feel most of the time. And by that, this is the first time we've ever said this. And by that we mean your very emotions are your indicator. We've said this before many times. Your very emotions are your indicator of the vibrational relationship between you and you. But today we want to say to you also that your emotions are your indicator about what you're really doing with law of attraction. Because if you were really listening to your guidance and really caring about how you feel, then it would be easy for you to hold the thoughts and allow law of attraction to summon you, to call you fully into all that you've become, into your furthest clarity, into your furthest asking, into your furthest knowing, you see. So law of attraction is a wonderful thing, but now it can be even more beneficial to you, because we've done a pretty good sales job in these hours that we've been together of asking you to care about how you feel and to make choices that do feel good to you. There still are some holdouts in many of you, maybe in all of you to some degree, because you've been trained by your society not to be selfish and not to serve yourself first. But we want to say to you that if you don't learn how to serve yourself first, which means align with who you really are, then without that version that law of attraction is responding to, then you're standing out there working against yourself. And then it feels like the world is beating up on you. Then it feels like you're not blessed when you are. Then it feels like you're not wise when you are. So we adore law of attraction because of its consistency and because of its fairness. We also adore law of attraction because of its power to continue to replenish civilizations and enterprises and eternalness. Yes?
Yes.
Something more specific you're looking for?
Nope, that was it. Very good. But I do want to say thank you for the sacrifices that you as Esther have made so you can allow for us to receive these.
You know, Esther would tell you, and we would say it for her, not one sacrifice ever. Yeah. You know, the only way you can ever sacrifice yourself is by holding a thought that's not in vibrational alignment with who you really are. That fits into the conversation too, doesn't it?